그러면
That's how I teach.
그러면 지금 이제 영어 시험을 보고 들어와야 된다고 했잖아. 이제 만약에 정말 아무것도 그러니까 그 시험을 보고 들어온다면
못 들어와요.
못 들어오잖아. 근데 혹시나 이런 사람들 교육을 한다면
퍼블릭 스쿨에서 하는데
네.
지금 그거 물어본 겁니다. 그러니까 소리
그거 남는다.
네, 그거는 무조건 여기서는 안 되고요.
네.
사실 만약에 퍼블릭 스쿨에 갔잖아요. 그럼 금실이 똑같잖아요. 예를 들어서 한국인이 오나 피니시가 오나 영어를 잘 못하는 구조는 똑같으면 그 학생들을 스페셜 클래스로 따로 묶고
프레퍼레이션
그러니까
준비 코스가 있대요.
그 준비 코스에서
네.
자기가 링기스트가 아니라 언어학자가 아니라 뭐 이렇게
그 준비 코스에서 어떤 걸 알고 싶으세요? 준비
그러니까
코스
준비 코스에서
아무것도 모르는 애들 어떻게 가르치는지
가르칠 때
네.
가르치는 것이 지금 우리는 공부를 프랙티스 나름대로 어떤 문법이나 공부를 하잖아. 근데 여기는 그런 플레이 거기서 가능한지 그러니까
He wants
궁금하다.
to know, sir, that how you teach the students who are not able to speak English, not able to listen here, just can speak their own language. So,
But you understand, in our school, all students
그래서
know
우리
very
학교는
well
다 영어를 잘하기
because they
때문에 잘
have to
모른다.
pass the entrance exam. We
Okay, yeah.
can't take.
That's the best
we can't-
answer.
Yes, because we can't take those students who don't know English. Then they have to start in this preparation
영어를 모르면 아예
classes,
우리는
yeah.
안 받기 때문에
So
거기 잘
entrance exam is
이게
English
그것도
one
하나의 힌트일
test.
것 같아. 내가 볼 때.
근데 그건 전스쿨에서 제가 못 하는데요.
네.
그 지금 말씀하신 거는 여기서는 무조건 엔트런스 테스트가 있기 때문에 무조건 안 되고요.
오케이.
지금 말씀하신 걸 전스쿨에서는 그거 다 확인을 했어요.
Anyway,
But maybe one thing I have to mention that our school state-run school, so this is free, so we don't have
Yeah,
fees.
I wanted to ask you that.
Yes,
Yeah.
school lunch is free, textbooks,
everything is
The
free.
only thing is that if the family lives far away from the school,
Yeah,
this transportation is
transportation.
the only cost parents have to cover. Nothing else. Everything is free. And in Finland there are also private English-speaking schools, and for example, European School of Helsinki, they have pretty
Not
high
many?
fees. But,
Not many.
but
Are there many English institutes in Helsinki? English private schools.
yes, there are. Yes, there are.
You mean the English
There-
private school is not like a Korean way that we only go there and learning English? What
No,
you are
no.
saying is a school.
No, it's a school like yes,
Okay,
like
but-
European the School of Helsinki. So they offer basic education and junior high education, but they have fees and they have more freedom because they're private school. But there are not so many private schools in Finland. So
But tuition is quite high.
yes, it is quite high. Yeah. And maybe this, as I mentioned, for instance, we have a special education teacher. So if the student has even a little difficulty, we straight away we try to support him. The teachers can do tutoring lessons, and special education teachers they can teach. So we really take care of everybody really, and so nobody falls back.
Okay.
So we get extra.
Do many
extra
Koreans
support.
come here to meet you, sir?
We have received many visitors,
Really?
but not Korean, not for a couple of years. No.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
But we have very many visitors. Yes.
Interesting.
The purpose of this traveling is we want to overcome how to speak English well. You know, we focus on Finland because someone says that we are Finnish relate to Korean very similar. So that is the region we ask to focus on.
That's really interesting.
Yes. But
Yes.
we still have the problem because Korean and Finnish is totally different sort of structure. So
Yeah.
Let's have a look at the
Yeah.
faculties here.
Yeah.
근데 만약에 동일한 조건에 그러니까 덴마크, 노르웨이, 스위디시, 이렇게 필리시 사람들 중에 이제
누가 제일 잘하나?
아니, 그게 이제 같은 이제 중학생이 영어를 모르는 상태에서 아메리칸 유나이티드 스테이츠 갔어. 그때에 이제 과연 누가 습득력이 이제 그 애매하다.
I will ask what he's interested about is that Norway, Swedish, Finnish, and Danish, the middle school student, they have all same language ability right now, and then they go to America, and they are learning the English as a same condition. Who's gonna, which country students will learn the English better?
Yeah. These are so difficult. I'm not a linguistic, really. It's very, very difficult. I know Swedish because I have Swedish is another official language in Finland. So all children in Finland, they learn Swedish. But and so Denmark, Israel, Norwegian is the Swedish, but I don't know Danish or Norwegian. So only Swedish. So this is really difficult
but you speak well.
for me to answer. So yeah, but quite interesting. Maybe one thing I mentioned, because you asked about those children who moved to Finland and they don't know any English, but they have other languages. So, and I told you that in basic schools, for example, in Vantaa, we have those preparation classes, and then we find it very important, even though they learn how to speak Finnish and read and write in Finnish, it's very important that they still study their own home language. So it is we find it so important that we, as I showed you, we offer in the city of Vantaa, we offer almost 40 home languages. So the students, they are offered tuition, so also in their home language. So this is very special, and we appreciate everybody's home language, mother tongue, a lot. And we think that's very important that they don't forget it when they start, for instance, studying here in our school in English, if English is not their home tongue. So that is something maybe worth mentioning in this school system in city of Vantaa. Right.
Okay, as Scandinavia countries, Finland is same order of English, so you can learn English better than us. Right?
Yeah. So this is really
Interesting.
It's interesting, yes, and I think I'm maybe not a professional to answer that, but it is true that Finnish students, even though they don't go to English-speaking schools, so they learn very, very quick. But I think I still emphasize that the teacher training is so good, and we have so good language teachers that they maybe that's one thing they learn so well.
These gentlemen are making the best teaching program for teachers in Korea.
Oh, really? Yes.
Yeah. And I am using the material that they are making
I see.
to teach my students.
I see. Right. Yeah.
Genius.
Yeah, certainly. Certainly. Yeah.
어떻게 뭐
봄이 어때 저기 그 서베이 하실까?
네네.
그거 어떻게 한번 할래?
네네. 그럼 뭐.
시간이 이제 뭐 얼마 10분 남았어요.
네네네.
되셨으니까 우리가 만드는 게 강사용
We survey all of the countries
프로그램.
and we go to there. We survey these as missionaries. So this is for the student, just like people in the country, we want to speak English well. Give us your right, thank you. So this is for our company's description. And then students will teach your students start learning English. So you can ask home, school, private institute, or others like that, abroad, something like that. So If you check,
is
yeah,
this for me? This,
for the student, your student, I mean.
so for my students.
For your student or Finnish people.
Yeah, but now this is difficult. For instance, now this first question, because as I told you, so we have students whose mother tongue is English, and then we have students whose mother tongue is Punjabi, Finnish.
Most of the Finnish people, they can start.
Yeah, if I do you mean that I think about Finnish education system when I answer?
Answer school.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yes, what do you mean? So is it Finnish?
We can finish.
Yeah, because our school is different from the
I know.
others.
Yes.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt, Professor. That gentleman wants to look around this.
Yes, actually he can't go around. I have to show you around. Yes, we have very strict regulations to understand that. Yes, we have to go together. Yes.
So you will say at school.
Yes, if you think about Finnish child, yes,
Okay.
School, and estimate how long you have studied English.
Finnish, 6 or 10 years.
But is it me or no?
Finnish. Oh,
But it depends
Finnish.
at what age is the child.
maybe I think you said they start the 3rd grade. Of,
Yes, they start. Yeah.
So it means they're 6 or 10 years. They are studying all together at school.
Estimate how long you have studied English altogether. You, but what do you mean you?
You means Finnish.
Finnish people
Yeah.
in general.
Yeah, in general.
So they start studying at the age of 9. So, and then think about everybody has basic education. So then the 9th grade is the last year of basic education. So in basic education they study. So then 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th. So they 7 years. But then continue in junior high school. They continue their studies for 3 years. So it means then that 10 years altogether. So, but it depends, because you know that after basic education, the child can continue his or her studies in junior high or in vocational. And if the child continues his or her studies in vocational course, then it's not necessarily so that the child studies English there, but in junior high, in upper secondary schools, they do. Okay. So it depends. It's very difficult to answer because it depends on the child and his her
more
education.
than 15 years or 11 to 15 years. Most of Finnish people.
I must say that in basic education, if you think about generally, so all Finnish people, they have basic education. So then it is like this 6 to 10, yes. And then of course, so in that one basic education.
Okay.
It really you can't say
okay,
exactly, but it's so difficult because it depends on the studies. But then, of course, there are many Finnish people who continue their studies in junior high school, maybe at the university, and then it really means that.
I see.
That
how do you evaluate your English skill? General Finnish people,
in basic
education, they can speak English fluent or fail fluent.
This is also very difficult to fill in. It depends on the grade. You understand, if the child starts to study English in the 3rd grade, of course then its evaluation is totally different. For instance, if the teacher evaluates the English skills of the 9th grader, so it's impossible for me to. I should write an explanation then everywhere. But because anyway, all these are really important. But of course, in basic education, it's possible there are students who have, for instance, learning difficulties, and
People we came here yes, Finnish people, they can speak English very fluently, even though they just graduate the basic system of school. So at school, they just learn all of their skills